Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm also great. Going to be talking with Jordan Goodman later in the program. Always fun to visit with him, isn't it?
Yeah, you like him. He's a good guy.
Everybody likes Jordan. He's America's money answers man. We're going to be chatting with him about money. I don't know what about money, but I got a feeling it'll be something about money. With Jordan, we always talk about money. But that's his thing. That's what he does. So we also have a quote for you today. And, oh, by the way, usually when we talk about money, it's ways to help you either save money or spend your money smarter or somehow do better things with money. So how is that for vague? We've got a quote here from Elizabeth Gilbert. She says, "Stop wearing your wishbone where your backbone ought to be." Oh, I like that. Sometimes we do need to just stand up for ourselves and say, we're not going to take it anymore. And instead of just wishing that, things would go our way, we just say, hey, we're gonna actually do things to make things go our way. So, good quote. Thanks, Elizabeth Gilbert. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Make plans to join us for the second annual 80s in the Sand. My wife Heidi and I went last year. It was so much fun. And guess who's going to be there this year? It's Brett Michaels.
Hello, everybody. It's Brett Michaels. I will see you at 80s in the Sand, Tuesday, November 6th, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. I promise you, this is going to be the ultimate concert, party, best night ever. Let's rock on, my friends.
Get your tickets now at 80sinthesand.com. Over 90% of the tickets are sold. Don't wait. 80sinthesand.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Friday, the 17th day of August. It's National Nonprofit Day. It's also National Massachusetts Day. It's National I Love My Feet Day. I always think we should love our feet. It's important
I don't like
to do
my
that.
Feet.
Well, you don't need to like your feet, but you should love your feet. It's also National Thrift Shop Day. Oh, Heidi's going to celebrate.
I like thrift shops.
I know you do. And I do too, honestly, because you go in here, you find all kinds of cool stuff that you didn't have. You're like, oh, hey, I need this. And you go, you don't need that.
And then you get home and you definitely did not.
And then I take it and put it directly in the junk drawer. I'm like, why did I buy that? It's also Black Cat Appreciation Day, so celebrate accordingly. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can either add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. Or a combination of both, but there's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow sales. And you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Sign up at betterresultsadvertising.com. That's betterresultsadvertising.com.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs. But first, a study by the American Meteorological Society found that the global heat wave could lead to an increase in shark attacks. What? How in the world?
Makes them aggressive?
So, if it's warm outside, sharks will attack more, apparently?
I don't know.
I don't understand that. I do have a link to the story if you want to know more. I'm just a little confused, and I'm probably not going to dig into this one. But again, American Meteorological Society, like the weatherman people, they say global heat increase could lead to an increase in shark attacks. So be careful.
John and Heidi.
This time of year, there are many parties, weddings, cookouts, and other events that often include alcohol. If you're drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. The Addiction Hope and Helpline wants to help. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, there's a toll-free number you can call, 1-800-438-0380. That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline, 1-800-438-0380, 1-800-438-0380.
And this is your brain on drugs. A Florida woman who was high on meth was arrested after she stripped naked and ran around a public park because she thought she was being chased by a giant spider. Wow.
It's actually really sad.
It is.
Because
there are people who get hooked on drugs and they let it completely destroy their life. And I don't know if this lady has completely destroyed her life, but, it doesn't sound like she's
doesn't
on...
sound like she's exactly management material.
No, she's not on any sort of upward path, I can say. Because, again, you don't do that. And she was on meth, and that stuff is bad. Meth equals death, man. I've not seen anybody who has used meth and said, I'm so glad I did this. What a great decision. So think twice before you do that, and maybe you think 3 times. Or if you think period, you wouldn't do it. So just a bad plan. I've got a link to the story if you want to read all about it. That's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Caitlyn Jenner says she's thinking about getting into politics. Now, she wouldn't be the first member of her family to contemplate a career in politics. About 2 months ago, Kim Kardashian said she would not rule out a run for the Oval Office. So I'm not sure. Again, here I'm going to just kind of say we try to not talk politics on this program, so I'm not going to dwell on this. But why is that a story? I mean,
Because
Heidi, are you going to contemplate?
she is a celebrity.
Are you going to contemplate a run for the Oval Office, Heidi?
I contemplate it every time something makes me mad.
And let's get a press release out. I mean, there's a lot of people who think that they want to do that, just because.
But whether they actually follow through with it or
Yeah.
not is a completely different story.
And just because you're famous doesn't give you any reason to say, oh, I would be better at that than somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. Again, I got a link to the story if you want to read all about it, but I think it's more of a non-story. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Now your scoop of the day brought to you by 80sinthesand.com. David Lloyd gyms are offering fitness classes for kids who've gotten flabby playing Fortnite. There's a lot of F's in that. Fitness for the flabby Fortnite fellows.
I'm not sure what this Fortnite thing
It's a game.
is, but it is all consuming, apparently.
It's the Pokemon Go of today. So Pokemon, remember like 2 years ago or whenever that was, like everything was Pokemon Go, Pokemon Go, Pokemon Go, Pokemon Go.
Grown adults out wandering around looking for Pokemons. It was
But there was
embarrassing.
some activities involved in that. Fortnite, it's not like that. You just kind of sit around and do nothing. And this gym decided, hey, let's capitalize on that by offering classes specifically for kids who have, sat around and just played Fortnite too long. Now, we just talked last week about some entrepreneurial young people who set up Fortnite tutoring to help your kid get past the next level. I was thinking that we should set up some tutoring here. If you play Candy Crush and you need help to get to the next level, Heidi could be. Although, we've got a friend that said
He's
Heidi's
like 400 levels above me because I took it off of my phone.
Yeah.
We were neck and neck for a long time, but I was on my phone all the time. So this guy is playing this game all day, every day.
He's a good guy.
He's a great guy, but
he might want to consider taking one of these classes.
It's like a
We love
Band-Aid,
it,
man.
Chad.
Just rip it off. Just get it done.
No, it's he's got the Candy Crush monkey on his back.
Yes.
Some kids
it's
have
easy to do.
the Fortnite monkey on their back, and
But
these
you have
guys
to have
are
enough
offering.
self-discipline to say, I'm done with this. This is
Yeah.
bad for me.
What
I
level
got
are
to
you
stop.
on? You're on what?
2,400
So,
and something.
and he's on almost 3,000. And I think there are people at the Candy Crush World Headquarters working on new levels for Chad and Heidi every single day. They're like, oh, we got to stay ahead of Chad. Another story here. We're going to move on. The season at the Arizona Cardinals is challenging, like this season, they're challenging their fans to eat a 7-pound hamburger. What? 7 pounds? Like
No, thank you.
A big burger.
That's just disgusting.
A big burger now is a half pounder. Like a quarter pounder is kind of like it's become normal. Like everything's a quarter pounder. So if you want a big burger today, it's a half pounder, or a third pounder, one of the. But this guy, this place in Arizona, the Cardinals, at their stadium, they have a thing called the 7-pound burger.
That's disgusting.
That can't be good for you.
Well, of course it's not good for you.
You
Does it
could-
say how much they want
It
for
doesn't
the thing?
say. But I can tell you that would be the kind of thing that maybe for the whole group, everybody that's there together, if all of you said, hey, let's chip in and get one of those 7-pound burgers. Or, the 7 of you could say, or we could each get our own, 1-pound burger. Wouldn't that be better, really? I don't know. I'm not going to rush right out to get one. And we got one last thing we're going to get to here because I think this is kind of interesting here. Nobody can explain why, But in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, there's been a mystery that has not been solved for quite some time. A bunch of empty Vaseline jars keep showing up on 68th Street. And it's been going on for at least 5 years, and nobody knows why. So I kind of wonder if somebody did this, it fell out of their vehicle or whatever, and then somebody thought it was funny, so they just keep going and throwing them there to perpetuate the mystery. Or what else could be happening?
I don't know what people use Vaseline for. I have a jar of Vaseline that I have had from before
I think you inherited
we got
that.
married.
Didn't you inherit that? I looked at the label on it. It's from the 70s. I'm like, what do we have this in here for? I'm not sure why we need this.
Yeah, how do you use it up?
Apparently important, so I better not touch it. All right, this has been your Scoop of the Day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can either add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. Or a combination of both, but there's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow sales. And you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Sign up at betterresultsadvertising.com. That's betterresultsadvertising.com.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. About once a month, we reach out to Jordan Goodman. He is America's Money Answers man, and he's got a lot of great insight that we can all learn from, and I do every single month. Jordan, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. What are we going to talk about today? I believe we're going to talk a little bit about the debt load, aren't we?
Right. Well, the numbers just came out, John, that the total amount of consumer credit card debt outstanding was up about 4.5% in the second quarter, and it's now $3.9 trillion. It's the highest it's ever been. It's 50% higher than the previous peak of $2.6 trillion back 10 years ago in 2008. That's when people had gone into a lot of debt. Then they started paying it down after the financial crisis. So it's just a staggering amount of debt that people are going through. Some of it is because people are confident and they're going out and spending. But some of it, I think, people's expenses are going up faster than their income, and they're making up the difference in debt. Gasoline costs, taxes, healthcare, tuitions, all kinds of things are going up. And people just aren't making the income, so they're going into debt to fund these things.
So what are some things people can do if they maybe don't want to go with the trend and stack more and more debt on themselves? Is there maybe a thing or two that you can help us with to get out of some of that debt?
So let's break it into three categories. First one would be credit card debt. So the amount of credit card debt is now over $1 trillion at very high interest rates, 13, 18, 25. If you're late, John, 30%. Just incredibly high interest rates on credit card debt. So two things you can do. Get better credit cards. You don't have to be paying these ridiculously high rates. A free website to find the best deals, guide2creditcard.com. Frequent flyer miles if you want, cash rebates, 5% back, low interest rates. There's just lots of great cards, but you got to go get them, John. Don't wait for what shows up in the mailbox, which is always the worst possible deal. So that's the first thing.
And like you were saying, the ones that they mailed to us, those are typically not the best deals. So you're going to want to go out and find the best deals. They're not going to send those out,
exactly.
Are they?
The one that they send out have the highest interest rates, the shortest grace periods, the biggest annual fees, usually the worst rewards programs. Correct. I mean, they have to pay for all those mailings, right? So you don't have to be one of them paying. So that's the first thing. The second thing, if you have a lot of debt at high interest rates on credit cards, you can go to a quality nonprofit credit counseling agency. They will consolidate all your debt into one payment at a lower rate, typically like 6-7%, something like that. You make one payment to them, they pay the creditors, and over 2, 3, 4 years, you can get out of debt. It's considered a neutral on your credit score. My favorite nonprofit is called Cambridge Credit Counseling. Their website, cambridgecredit.org. Their phone number, 800-897-2200. So, John, they've already got deals with Citibank and Bank of America and Chase and all the credit card issuers to get you rates you can't possibly get on your own. And they fit you into the existing program. You would have one payment a month that you can afford, and now you're on your way to getting out of debt instead of going into debt all the time. So that's hopefully it's two things that can help people on the credit card front.
Absolutely. And then now, again, we talk to Jordan about once a month. He's literally written the book on this topic. You've got a bunch of different books, but which book do you have that's specifically about this topic here?
It's called Master Your Debt, and it's exactly on these topics because a lot of people don't know what to do when they get into debt. So that's the first one's credit cards. The second one is student loans. So we're about to enter college again, go back to school, which is great, except people are taking on a huge amount of debt. The total amount of student loan debt is now about $1.5 trillion. Now, the interest rates may not be too high, but if you don't have the income to pay it back, the interest just keeps accruing. And when people graduate, they end up, the average is having like $39,000 in student loan debt. It's just staggering, John. It really is. And in many cases, people don't put their degree to use. They can't find a job in the area that they majored in something. So when you get out of school, two things you can do. Consolidate the debt. If you've got a whole bunch of different federal loans at different interest rates, consolidate it all into one. A website for that would be consolidatecollege.com. The second thing you can do is to refinance your student loan debt, and you take private loans, federal loans, parent loans, all the different loans, make them into one at a lower interest rate. A place that can do that is called Credible. So a website for that is credible.com/money answers. They know it's me that way. You get $200 off your first payment when you start consolidating it that way. They've also got a phone number, 855-870-6005. So it doesn't make the student loans disappear, but if you can pay it off at 2 to 3% instead of 6 or 10 or whatever the other rates are, it's going to make them a little bit easier to pay those student loan debts off. So that's the second big debt people have, is student loan debt. And the third one is auto loans. And auto debt is now also up to a record high, about $1.1 trillion. And people took on some really nice cars the last few years, John. That was great.
Oh, yeah.
But they've got payments in many cases they can't afford. So the delinquency and default rate on car loans has gone up dramatically. It's doubled in the last year. And I think it's going to go even higher because people just took on payments that were bigger than they can really handle. So the solution for that is to refinance your car loan to a lower interest rate, or change the maturity of the car loan, stretch it out a bit so that your payment gets down to a more affordable level. There's a free website to help you do that, which is myloangen.com, myloangen.com. You put in everything about your car loan, how much you owe, what your monthly payment is, how many more months you have to go, the interest rate, all those kind of things. And then you put in, it gives you kind of a little dial, and you can choose what maturity, what interest rate, and what payment you want. So say your car loan now is like $500 a month for 3 more years to go, and you're finding that to be too much. Say you moved it out to like 6 years and brought it down to $250 or something like that, and it's more affordable, you get to keep your car instead of getting it repossessed in the middle of the night. So that's a better thing.
Much better.
And so when you pick the payment you like and the interest rate you like, you then just hit submit. It goes to a bunch of credit unions all over the country, and they compete for your business to refinance your car loan. So myloangen.com can help you refinance your car loan. So those are the big 3 loans out there today, and 3 suggestions that hopefully will help people get those debts under control a little bit.
We're going to put a link to all of these in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com. So again, we'll have a link to all of these, and we'll have a link to Jordan's website as well, moneyanswers.com. Jordan, thank you so much for taking the time to chat again.
Always glad to help, John, and always glad to get emails from your listeners, which I get all the time, and I answer them all.
Very nice. Again, his website, moneyanswers.com, and I have a link to all the things we talked about today in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Thanks for listening.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers, or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Nicolas Cage bought a pet octopus once because he sincerely thought it might help him with his acting. Wait a minute. How is that going to help, Nick?
That explains a lot, actually.
He's like, well, you should.
If he's taking acting tips from an octopus.
You should really stay in tonight and practice your lines. No, it's all right. Octo has it covered. He'll help me tomorrow. It's good. Thanks for listening to A Fun Fact. You're listening to The John and Heidi Show. Make plans to join us for the second annual 80s in the Sand. My wife Heidi and I went last year. It was so much fun. And guess who's going to be there this year? It's Brett Michaels.
Hello, everybody. It's Brett Michaels. I will see you at 80s in the Sand, Tuesday, November 6th, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. I promise you, this is going to be the ultimate concert, party, best night ever. Let's rock on, my friends.
Get your tickets now at 80sinthesand.com. Over 90% of the tickets are sold. Don't wait. 80sinthesand.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day, and today's word is moribund. Moribund. M-O-R-I-B-U-N-D. Moribund. What do you think moribund means, Heidi?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
It is, for a person, is at the point of death. So like if you're about to die, you are moribund. For a thing, it is in terminal decline or lacking vitality or vigor. So if something is like wilting or dying, it would be moribund. Being in a state of dying, approaching death, is moribund. And being in a state of inactivity or obsolescence could also be referred to as moribund. So you ready for this whopper of a sentence here?
Absolutely.
It says, try though he may, he just can't seem to breathe new life into his moribund career. Moribund.
All righty.
So there you go. Today's grandiloquent word. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Time now for some weird news on this Friday. In Canada, in Halton, Canada, the police there say a man went into a grocery store and took $300 worth of Axe body sprays and deodorants. According to police, he was near the razor blades before he took out shelves worth of Axe deodorants and put them in his shoulder bag without attempting to pay. The man made his getaway as a passenger in an older Hyundai Sonata was waiting for him just outside the store. You know, that's
to make a break with Axe body spray? That is crazy.
And I would have expected them to make their break in a Hyundai Sonata. I don't know what that means. I wanted to say the words again.
So they have this plan. You run in and get the Axe. Yeah. I'll wait here with the car running.
The thief is described as a heavyset man in his 30s with a mustache. Wait a minute. What? I was expecting a 17-year-old kid. Like a prank. A 30-year-old stealing Axe body spray in a Hyundai Sonata? Isn't that just fun to say? I don't know why I want to say it again. Police say that he was wearing a black T-shirt, black shorts, black shoes, white socks, and a Pittsburgh Steelers baseball hat with sunglasses. I think that he was wearing the sunglasses, not the hat. He was carrying a maroon shoulder bag as well, and he got away in a Hyundai Sonata. Now you know. It's today's weird news.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh from Texas this time. Authorities say two men in their, I guess it doesn't say in their 50s. No, it was two men stole a 50-inch TV from a home and then fled with the device on a motorcycle. Now, 50-inch television, that's a pretty good-sized TV.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
50 inches. I don't know. I'm going to do the math in my head here quick.
Oh, I know 50 inches.
Would you just... What was that, 12 feet? I don't know how many. So 48 inches is 4 feet. So this is 4 feet 2 inches. I just did some really quick math there. Wow, my brain hurts. Then it shows security camera footage of the two men jumping onto a motorcycle and taking a TV that had been screwed into a cabinet on a back patio, so that they stole it from outside.
Stole it from somebody's house.
Yeah. What would you think they stole it from?
Like a store? I don't know.
Well, they put the television between the two of them, and then they snuggled. Police witnesses, multiple witnesses snapped photos of this unusual sight. Police say they followed the motorcycle for a time, but they lost track of the suspects. Because you know how you blend in when you're driving on a motorcycle sandwiched between two people, a 50-inch TV. I mean... There's so many of them.
Bizarre.
That is today's moment of duh.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
John and Heidi.
Now, fake news or Florida? This is where I give Heidi a story, and she's got to tell me if it really happened in the great state of Florida or if it's just made up. You ready for this one, Heidi?
I'm ready.
All right, how about this? Fake news or Florida? An Uber driver in Florida was arrested for making a passenger ride in the trunk because he smelled bad. Fake news or Florida?
Fake news.
Dang it, you're getting good at this game. You cheating? You reading my stuff when I'm not here?
No, you always block it, like as if there's
it
something
is.
at stake. Like I'm going to win
Top secret.
$50,000.
I mean, I can't let you get all the answers. If you have the answer key, I mean, I'll go broke because you're going to win all my prizes. Oh, I don't have any prizes? Oh, that's why. How about this one then? Fake news or Florida? Florida man under arrest after authorities say he dumped a portable toilet containing human waste at a contractor's driveway. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
That is a true story. I think I got to quit giving you one true and one fake every day.
And you know, it's actually kind of getting easy because you always do the fake first and then the true. So
you're telling me it's just the pattern? Wait till tomorrow, sweetheart. Thanks for this. I don't know what that means. Okay, they just gave up my tip, didn't I? Dang it. This has been another episode of Fake News or Florida.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of Odiva. That is the monthly subscription service just for the ladies. All of the details can be found at radiosavings.com. You ready for some good news, Heidi?
yes.
This is good news potentially for all of us. Nutritionists explain how you can use your brain to reverse aging. I just got Heidi's interest there. She was, for a moment, texting friends and instead said, ooh, my brain can reverse aging? I'm going to sit this down until this program is done now. Thanks, Heidi. Says many people long to look younger, and the number than the number on their birth certificate might say. According to nutritionists, they say it's easier than you might think. Marius Peer describes the mindset that we need to slow down the aging process so we can live longer, younger, healthier lives than ever before. She explains the benefits of neurobics. It's like aerobics, but it's for your brain, like the neurons.
Okay.
And mental exercises that are designed to stimulate the brain and improve your memory by using real-life stories and scientific evidence. So,
my memory these last 2 weeks has been absolutely terrible, so I probably need some of this.
yeah, I'm looking to see if they give you the tips. Do you have to listen to this whole darn thing? Because there's like a little audio thing that you listen to. I'm like, we don't have time to do that.
No, we don't have time to do that.
So anyway, if you're interested in this, maybe I should have checked that out first. Thought I could give you a helpful tip on how to be smarter.
I might go and watch that.
Might? Okay. Well, the
I've
good
had
news.
people this week saying, "Hey, what time are we doing this?" I'm like, I didn't know anything about this. Well, yeah, you said you were going to do this.
Okay, but this isn't about how to
remember.
No. And were you even listening to what I said?
Oh.
Nutritionist explains
But
how
part of getting older is you start to forget things. So if this helps your brain stay younger, you would be remembering things better, right?
Nutritionist explains how you can use your brain to reverse the aging process.
Yeah, the aging process.
So
It's
if
part
you
of getting
want to
older.
look younger, they're saying if you want to look younger.
Just look younger, not
Yeah.
look and feel younger. Well, why do you want to look younger if you still feel like garbage?
I don't know. You made a good point. Whatever you do, don't click on our good news in today's show notes that you can find at johnandheidishow.com. Don't click there. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.